Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net on Monday the 24th of June. Thanks again for watching. As we always say, the sites get free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen here, and by you coming back and using the site and using the adverts means that we can keep things free of charge. Thanks to Gary for looking after the weekend. And the Weather Wolf here has been sniffing out some warmer weather during the course of this week. Temperatures are going to be rising for many parts of the country, and it looks as if we are going to see some dry weather as well, particularly in the south, although I think some rain affecting more northern areas. Now the ECMWF picks up quite nicely on this rise in temperatures look through the course of the next 10 days, picking up from 2-3 degrees right now, getting up to almost 11 degrees at 850, which is about 5,000 feet. So this temperature increase looks to be on the way. Surface temperatures looking like this from the GFS ensemble. You can see them picking up here, look, then they stabilise out into next week, but the fact that we've got that upward trend and it matches with the ECMWF is something to build confidence with. Now let's just look how the CFS deals with things in the coming few weeks. Interesting to see it's got this increase in heights out to the west and towards the east. This trough, look, just slipping its way eastwards across the North Sea, but the emphasis is certainly on high weather, on high pressure through the course of the week. Now into week 2, which takes us through from the 30th of June right the way through to the 6th of July. You notice how that ridge looked out in the west is building its way slowly eastwards, or rather that increase in height is building its way slowly eastwards. Some really unsettled conditions look like developing over central and southern parts of Europe, with quite a trough there. And then week 3 from the 7th of July through to the 13th of July shows us with above normal heights, just above normal heights, look, extending across the Atlantic and across the southern parts of the UK. Now, this probably is indicative of a westerly flow with just slightly increased pressures down towards the south, but that's enough probably to keep many southern parts of the UK under dry conditions. Although across Scotland and Ireland, you notice there that the white colours mean that heights are nearer normal. So I think in those areas we're probably going to be seeing more of a normal westerly flow with some outbreaks of rain. Now for week 4 from the 14th of July to the 20th of July, you notice that still got higher pressures just maintained down towards the south here, look. So hints again that high is still across more southern areas, low the normal heights towards the north. That contrast between the two may well mean we get a stronger westerly flow, which could mean the jet stream's enhanced, which in turn means that winds there could be stronger across Scotland at times with severe gales and the risk of some rain. But many southern parts of the country still hinted at being dry even into that middle part of July. Now when I say dry, that wouldn't be completely dry. I wouldn't rule out the risk of rain at all, but certainly the emphasis is on that drier weather. And just to put the CFS in different context for you, this is the temperature for Birmingham, taking us through to the 6th of August. And you can see this is this peak that it sees into the early part of July, which is what we're about to witness, look. Then temperatures fall off a little bit as they go more westerly, but look, there is this gradual climb in temperatures taking place through the course of July, and it's trying to predict some very warm conditions here in the final stages of the month. Well, we'll believe it when we see it, but with that pressure build down to the south that's just been shown, then this is an entirely possible scenario that we could find a generally fair or warmer middle to latter part of July, but not all the models agree. This is the Korean that's just been issued for the middle part of July, and what this is showing us is surface pressure anomalies. So where it's red colour shows higher pressure than normal, where it's blue colour shows lower pressure than normal. And you can see here, look, significantly higher than normal pressure showing across the Atlantic, across the British Isles during the middle stages of July, according to the Korean model, which is basically in line with what we've just seen on the CFS, although the CFS does see more unsettled conditions through Scotland. Now, if we just take a look at the late stages of July, look, all change. It brings in lower pressure centred towards the north of Scotland and hints at more unsettled conditions towards the end of the month. And this is where we were originally going with our longer range forecast. And then if we look at the early parts of August, look, pressure just above normal across the UK and across, particularly across the north, hinting at more of an easterly flow coming in, but dry conditions again returning for that early part of July. So I think what we're trying to pick up from this is this idea that, particularly the CFS has seen this as well, that we could find a fine middle part of the month, perhaps till around the 24th or 25th, and then perhaps we could find that pressure falls during those latter parts of the month. Certainly that's what is indicated there by the Korean and the GFS. But I think certainly the emphasis on dry weather, particularly across the southern half of the country into the middle part of the month, probably is not too far wide of the mark. And finally today, thought I'd just throw this one in for you. This is the Birmingham 6 to 9 month forecast. Always funny to look at. This takes us from the 21st of December through to the end of March 2014. Yes, I know, long way in advance. But it's fun to look at and fun to start to monitor as well, just as we think about the upcoming winter, because you can pick out here some cold periods the CFS is seeing. Look, one from the start of January through till around the 2nd, 3rd of January, and then another one here, look, from early February really right the way through much of February. Those are maximum temperatures of around 4 degrees, and it doesn't really try to peak above that during those periods, so hinting at some cold weather on its way during the course of this winter. But of course, I mean, this forecast changes day to day and you just take it with a pinch of salt, but it's just fun to start to look at and build a picture as to what could be happening. Yep, I really did mention winter 2014 then, you weren't dreaming. Anyway, I'll leave you with that for now, but once again, thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget that we kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen, and by you coming back and using the site, that means that it generates revenue which keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that, have a great day, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.